Do you hear this thing about Jermaine Dupri? Do you follow? I don't need.
No.
You.
I ain't heard nothing about Jermaine Dupri since Welcome to the Ad. Welcome to the Ad.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You saw Jermaine Dupri on the Super Bowl. Don't do that with them socks
Super
on
Bowl?
and the shorts. When Usher performed, where were you?
Oh.
It was this year.
Oh.
Anyway, so Jermaine Dupri has people up in arms because he said a thing. What he said was, and I really don't know the context. I just saw the clip of him saying this. So I don't know who he was talking to, why he was talking to him, but it seemed like he was on live. And per usual, right? Because that's where all these things happen is on live. He seemed like he was on live and he was having a conversation with someone and they were talking about singers and singers of today and how singers of today don't have that singing in them because they don't go to church. Young people don't go to church and there's not that gospel. They're not rooted in that. So they don't sing. They kind of like sing. And so I wanted to ask you, because I know you have thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and we also talk about music and singing. I'm curious. Do you agree with JD?
There's something to that.
Yeah.
There's definitely some science to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, especially if you're thinking about R&B,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
R&B singers of today they ride a beat.
Yeah.
You know? It's like the people that think like they think Drake can sing. Drake just has a melodic tone.
Yeah.
Or people that think Childish Gambino can sing.
You used to think Childish Gambino could sing.
No, I've always acknowledged the fact that I don't think he's a singer.
You do. That was me who said he could sing.
But, some people can carry a tune.
Yeah, it's true.
And there was something back in the day especially when church culture was heavy in the Black community before people started getting more information and doing other things. That, you had different types of singers that can come into a studio, sing one time, and be done.
It's true.
Not have to, no auto-tune, no anything. And nowadays, honestly, when I think about artists that are like that, most of them are probably well over 40.
You didn't have to say well like that.
Well.
You have to do that.
But there's something to that.
Yeah.
Because you learn to sing. Think about like traditional gospel music, right? Mm-hmm. It's rooted in like blues and like Dixieland and like all these things that were of that era.
Yeah.
So you sung in a different way, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why people like appreciate like voices like Mahalia Jackson all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And this was the woman that would sing, you ain't gotta give me no microphone or nothing.
Nope.
I'ma just
straight to it.
And command the attention of the room,
straight
right?
To it. Correct.
Nowadays, can you imagine who's somebody? SZA. Can you imagine SZA singing flat-footed, no microphone, no trimmings, nothing?
Absolutely.
Oh
no, I think JD's right. I think you're right as well. I have to agree that gospel, that feeling, the rootedness, the pain, the joy, like it's missing from the vocals. Because let's be honest, they don't have to sound like that. You don't have to be a good singer.
You just gotta know the song.
You just gotta you gotta have a bop for TikTok. You don't have to be a good singer.
There are artists going on entire tours off of TikTok songs.
TikTok songs, like back in the day, at the time, you had to be able to sing down and sing multiple ways. You had to be able to do backgrounds, leads. You had to sing low, high, mid, everything, harmonies, all that, because like you said, it was one take. We needed you to get in here and do multiple things. And you wanted a record deal? Oh, baby, you sing something on the fly. And it better not be pitchy. Like, so, they don't have to do that now. So at the time, people were singing for their life. And also, let's keep it real. Singing in church was a concert.
Yeah.
You got to be able to sing.
A show.
Because you were going to get clowned if you couldn't.
It was a show. And not for nothing, this kind of goes, it's in the same vein, but to add on to what Jermaine Dupri said, there's also something missing nowadays in modern gospel music too.
I would agree, because they're trying to follow the trend of what everything else is doing. I would agree.
And I know what it is though.
What is it?
So, like I said, there's a science to this, and I know what it is.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay.
there's two key ingredients to why Black churches don't give what they used to give. Okay?
Okay.
Number one is big Black women. Black women started getting conscious about what they were eating and consuming. And you know, they say there's something about being big and being able to sing a certain way. I don't know. This is just what they say. I didn't say it.
The streets is gonna say.
But Tamala Mann can sing.
Down.
Right?
Down.
And there were a lot of Tamala Manns back in the day.
Tamala Mann has slimmed down.
Tamala Mann can sing.
Slimmed down.
Yes.
And McKelly Price.
Singers, right?
Singers.
And
the singers, yeah.
This was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There were big Black women that were sung lead in the Black church. And some of them they ain't carrying the weight that they used to. And you can take that how you want.
There you go, blaming Black women.
I'm not, but there's another key ingredient.
Blaming Black women.
There's another key ingredient.
Yeah.
That's changed how the sound is.
Okay.
So even if you was in church nowadays, you can't even get the flavor because they're missing these two key ingredients.
Okay.
So we got that one.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is the Black gay choir director.
I was waiting on you to say that. That's what I was waiting on. I thought that was number one.
You knew your choir had awards. You knew your choir was going to compete in competitions. If the choir director, and it was a certain kind of Black gay choir director, right? Mm-hmm. It was the one that you didn't say it, right? Because they wanted to be quiet about it. But anyway, yeah, those two components, because now the same way Black women was like, oh no, we got to eat. I'm gonna eat my kale. I ain't gonna eat no macaroni and cheese, right? They got health conscious.
Yes,
and Black gay men was like, wait a minute, y'all don't like us.
Yeah,
I'm not coming in here. I like music and performing, but I'm not coming in here.
There's truth to that.
So
when you're right, you're right.
You can't even go to church and get the sauce, and it's back to Jermaine Dupri. You can't go to the church no more and get that to be able to learn to sing like that now because it's not there anymore.
I'm with you when you're right. Maybe you was right. You was right.
There's a soundbite. There's a soundbite.
Oh, okay, so to wrap this up, do you think there is a space for those singers to come back and make hits, be on the radio, be on TikTok, do tours?
I pray.
Can sing and come back?
I pray.
Can it make?
But those singers are still around. Unfortunately, they're singing backup for people who can't really sing.
We're not naming names. I would like to, but we won't. We won't do it.
Well.
Yeah.
I would, but
we agreed,
you won't let me. I don't know why they would be mad at him for this.